start, we want to show you a visualization of our school's community. Coleman here is going to represent a student from our school. Coleman, if I told you to fall when no one was there, would you do it?
No.
All right. Now can I have Bruce, Seabass, and Keon? These guys are going to represent our school's community. Now, Coleman, let me ask you one more time. If I asked you to fall into your school's community, would you fall?
Yes.
All right, you may fall. Exactly. We believe that falling is very scary alone, but when you have a big community who cares for each other and supports each other, you will thrive.
Be big together. We want to be big. And what this is an acronym that we use to help accomplish our goals. The first letter in that is through the acronym is B, and that is to be bold. The next comes I, which we call involved, and then after that is G, which stands for genuine.
We chose the word bold because we think it perfectly describes the point we want our student body to embrace, which is stepping out of their comfort zones and being courageous in the face of challenges. The Merriam-Webster defines the word bold as showing an ability to take risks or being courageous and confident. We as Christians feel like the best definition for the word bold is found in Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous, do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. From our time at the Presidential Leadership Institute, we have learned that getting out of our comfort zones and being uncomfortable is the only way we can grow to be better, ideal versions of ourselves. Therefore, being bold is the first step to creating the big community we are striving for.
For the second letter, we chose involved because at our school, we want our community to be passion-filled about contributing to the greater good of others. Being involved means showing up to volleyball games, cheering on the junior high kids, and being there for each other even when it's inconvenient. While at Presidential Leadership Institute, we have learned as a result of being involved in our community, we'll be brought together. Colossians 3:17. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all for the Lord Jesus Christ, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Whether we're volunteering at a homeless shelter or cheering our team on at a football game, it will all contribute to uniting us together as one loving Christian family.
And last but not least, we want to instill a genuine attitude among our student body. As Romans 12:9 says, love must be sincere, hate what is evil, and cling to what is good. Truly loving one another is the backbone of everything we want to accomplish at Lubbock Christian. At LC, we have a set of life lessons that have been instilled in us and that we've been taught to live by. Life lesson number 1, life is all about relationships. We categorize these relationships into 2 categories, vertical and horizontal. Vertical refers to our one-on-one and personal relationship with God. Horizontal, our relationships with our peers. As Christians, we believe everyone is made in God's image. In knowing this, we want our student body to authentically portray their God-given characteristics today, tomorrow, and every day for the rest of their lives.
We want to be big together, and to accomplish this, we want to create an impact. And what that means for us is that if our school is to shut down, would we be missed by our city and our city leaders? And to do that, and to create that big of an impact, we have to come together as a school. And to do that, we want to create a community to accomplish unity, and use that unity to accomplish our goals. We want to be together. We want to create a team together and a unity together to create our big impact.
This year, we want to instill 5 goals or characteristics in each one of our students. These characteristics include selflessness, relationships, unity, servant-heartedness, and community. To start off with, selflessness is focusing on others before you focus on yourself, putting their wants and their needs before your own wants and needs. Next up is relationships. Like Grace said, we want to have a relationship with God vertically to create a strong sense of connection with Him. That way we can make a strong sense with others in our school and our peers. After that is unity. Unity to me is staying involved in each other's affairs and activities, supporting each other throughout the school. That way we can become stronger together. Number 4 is servant-heartedness. Servant-heartedness is one of the biggest parts of leadership to me, as it shows your humility, that you're willing to get down and do the work for others, and not just yourself. Jesus was one of the biggest servant leaders we've seen in the act of cleaning his disciples' feet, as well as dying on the cross for all of our sins. And last but not least is community. Community is all sacrifice for the greater good of the group of people you're with. group of people become a community when they sacrifice and what they have and be unified towards the same goal.
In order for the big things to happen, you must do the little things right. Meaning, to create change, it starts with you and the people around you. So for us, that means focusing on our individual relationship with God and then into our secondary students, where we're forming friendships and building trust with them. Like Mr. Hill said, you don't have to change the world. You just have to change someone's world. And we are going to strive to do this during our first semester by doing activities in chapel to help our students bond. We will have the student body take the personality test that we took a couple days ago. This will allow our students to better understand themselves and the students around them, enabling them to better understand how people work, forming a closer bond. Next, we will conduct a cross-class mixer, one of which will be all of the seniors will wash every student's feet, showing our servant-hearted leadership and our humility to create a love and to create a stronger community. Lastly, organizing split chapels, where during our designated chapel time, our girls and guys will separate into different rooms, and the seniors will be able to talk to the underclassmen to introduce themselves and to get to know them on a personal level, enabling them to bond together. After this, we can focus on our second semester of school.
Once we have strengthened our student body, we will go out together and serve the greater Lubbock area. We will serve by putting together homeless bags, having a canned food drive where students bring cans and we donate to the food bank, and Missions Week. Missions Week is one of the biggest things we do at Lubbock Christian, and after not being able to do it last year because of COVID, we are more than ready to go out and serve. We do things like clean up children's homes, all the way to building homes in Costa Rica. The reason why Missions Week was started so that we could take what we learned in the classroom about servant leadership and take it out to make a difference in other people's lives.
By the end of the year, we want to do a project called Change for Chairs. This idea is inspired by an alum and good friend of ours named Brooklyn Boyer. This past year, Brooklyn was in a swimming accident in which she injured her C5 on her vertebrae, and it left her paralyzed from the chest down. After spending 3 months at Craig's Hospital in Denver, Colorado, Brooklyn was able to go back home. Luckily, she was able to come back to school and experience most of her senior years, but Brooklyn often finds herself unable to do certain tasks that she once was able to do, which is quite frustrating for her. Thanks to her power wheelchair, she's able to do certain things that she's now able to do, and even attend things such as graduations and sporting events. These chairs, while very life-changing, are very expensive, sometimes costing up to $15,000. We spoke to Dr. Dendy, a professor of physical therapy, and he gave us a contact of one of these vendors called National Seating. Our plan is to set out jars and ask for donations from the local community for 2 weeks to try to raise money for some chairs. After that, we're going to ask the local communities who are already affiliated with our school to match these prices. If they do, and in doing this, we hope to provide chairs for these families and ease at least one of the many stresses that they already are dealing with.
With all these thoughts and ideas we have, we hope to build a strong community in our own school, and then be able to go branch out into the Lubbock area to serve those around us and change lives. Let's be big.